This is the Coach's Wife Life podcast. I'm Kristen Eargle, your host, a former TV sports reporter and fellow college football coach's wife. I'll go one-on-one with the strong women who are the backbone of college athletics and athletics of all levels. And now, Coach's Wife Life.
This podcast is brought to you by Ruler of Hope. Ruler of Hope is a nonprofit that supports medically fragile children. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation, you can use Venmo at Ruler-Hope or online at rulerofhope.org.
Hey there, I'm Kristen Eargle, and we have an exciting podcast ahead. But first, I want to talk about something we all know way too much about: moving. Just the thought of that can bring an unsettling emotion. Well, I found a team that can take that load off your plate. It's D1 Relocation. This group can do it all. They can organize your move, coordinate with a moving company, and a trusted real estate agent. They can actually vet key household partners such as schools, insurance agents, physicians in the area. They can even help set up your Wi-Fi and water. It's incredible. So I've come to know this team, which is actually founded by a coach's wife. I think you should check it out. Whether you're looking to move now or in the future, it's d1relocation.com. Now on to our awesome podcast. All right, y'all, I'm so excited to have my next guest on the podcast. This is Becca Butcher. She's Brendan Butcher's wife. Campbell's defensive coordinator just announced. Thank you for being on today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
And to let all the viewers in and listeners who listen on Spotify, podcast, and all these things, this is one of my best friends. And so I am super excited to talk to her. I pretty much know all the answers, but I'm going to pretend like I don't know some of this so that we can learn all about you. I've been wanting to have you on the podcast for a long time. And I have to wait because obviously I can't. We met this past year at UTEP, and I can't literally only interview UTEP wives the whole time I'm there. So I'm like, when people get new jobs, I'm like, hey, come on, let's get on the podcast. When it becomes official, so here we are right now. I will brag on Becca a lot in this because she has been my person. But I'm going to let you talk a little bit. So we're going to talk about you on game day. Describe yourself on game day in 3 words.
Oh, okay. 3 words. I would say ready, somewhat calm, and let's say proud. So those are my 3 words.
Describe your husband on game day in 3 words.
Ooh, okay. Locked in, definitely locked in, prepared, probably over prepared, and intense. Different personalities.
Definitely. Okay, so you guys have been some fun places this past year at UTEP with us. Linebackers coach, had a first team all-conference player before that, UT Martin there for the Coach Simpson and family, and Julie, who have also been on the podcast. You had 4 straight conference titles there. Southern Miss, Coach Nichols started the career out at Coastal Carolina. When you think about, and now you just headed out to North Carolina, you're about to make the move as we record this. So sometimes we record and this airs a couple of weeks later, but she's about 2 days or 3 days, whenever it is, from like literally pulling away from the long trek from El Paso, Texas to North Carolina. How many hours? Do you know how many hours you're about to drive?
I'm going to split it up into 3 days. So we're going to do 10 to Waco to stay with one of our friends is at Baylor. And then 10 to Martin. I'm so excited. We're going to stay for maybe a day or 2 there. And then 10 to North Carolina. So it's like 10, 10, and 10. I know.
And
I like wanted to do the 17, but the 3-year-old, I was like, I have to think of the 3-year-old. I can't put him through that. So.
And you have 2 dogs.
And the 2 dogs, which
right.
They're so used to driving. Like they sleep the whole time. So they're fine.
And you're pregnant.
And I'm pregnant, you know?
Yeah, there's always that in the mix, you know, when people dynamic.
That's okay. So the pregnancy has taken a back seat. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, but it's fine.
I know, like you just go about your normal life like it's just exploring. You'll do things with Cal. No big deal. You go visit things.
The second baby is so much easier. I feel like the first one, it's like, oh, can I do this? And the second one, it's like, oh, we've done this before. It's fine.
You have a lot of venture. Okay. What do you think from a on the field perspective and where you guys have been and where are you headed? What do you think makes him special?
Brandon, he's really good at relating to his players. I'll say that. Like that is his main concern. It's always, what are they going to think if we do this, or what player fits best in this? So that's something that I think as a wife, I come from the player's point of view. It's like, okay, like, what's he going to think if you do this? Or is he going to have his feelings hurt if you do this? Like, which of course he's like, they won't get their feelings hurt. Like, they'll be okay. But that I think is something great that he cares about them so much and that cares about their family, what's going on outside of football, because I think that's what's most important. And he's very smart. Like he'll teach Cal all these things on the whiteboard. And I feel like the past couple of years I've tried. I'm just like, I want to be able to identify everything that you do and like get it. And it's just, I'm like, I get 3 down now. I'm there. But like, besides that, I'm like, this is a lot.
It is a lot. It's very interesting because I've been a sports anchor and reporter for, I don't know, 17 years, right? And I count myself as very college football savvy. All right. I went to go watch Joshua speak at like a clinic. Okay. And I did good for like 30 minutes. And then they dove into the nitty gritty. And for 2 hours, I felt like it was a different language. I didn't understand anything. The words didn't even go together. And I was like, how is this even possible?
It's truly crazy. And he'll be on, like, you know them, they answer their phone calls with their friends and we'll be on the couch and I'll just be listening to him. And I'm like, I just feel like I should know this by now. Yes. I really feel like I'm smart. I should have absorbed it. It's just like, I can, like, it's truly wild. So he's wild. I'll give him that. He's so smart. And I used to like, you know, how you're like, okay, like what do other people think of you? But everyone's like, no, he's like very intelligent. Like he understands it. And I'm like, I don't. So I'm like, I've tried, but
when I was interviewing Julie Simpson, I got to talk to Coach as well, talk to you about y'all. And he's like, that guy's very intelligent. And that was what he said. You know, he said a lot of other things too, really positive, but that's one thing that I remember him saying. I was like, that's really neat when someone says that about you, because that means you're very cerebral and you look at things from a different perspective. It's such an advantage.
Oh, and it's so great. And we talk about it all the time. I'm like, gosh, like, I just hope our kids have your brain, because we went to college together and I was sleeping in the library and trying to figure everything out. And I was getting like C's when I was still sleeping in the library. And he was not even looking at the book and getting A's. And I would just get so resentful. I'm like, I don't even have a life and I'm getting like okay grades and you don't even open your book. So it's always been like that. And with everything, he's just so smart. I'm just like praying. I'm like, please let Cal and this new baby have his brain that's not mine.
That's awesome.
Okay, so artistic, and I'm like, okay, I have like the artistic and like imaginary side of the family. Like, I'll take
that. Incredible skills, which we're going to get into. Okay, so tell me about you. Where did you grow up, and did you ever envision this life?
Lord, I grew up in Ambler, Pennsylvania, like the suburbs of Philadelphia, and I definitely did not imagine this life. We were very much in Pennsylvania, like, I can't speak for everyone, but I didn't watch college football until I went to college. Like, college football we liked Penn State, but we never watched it. We were a hockey and baseball family. Everything was Philadelphia Flyers. Everything was the Phillies. We watched the Eagles, of course, but like hockey and baseball was our religion. So once I moved down south, I was like Clemson, like it was just so different. So I really didn't get into college football until I met Brandon, which I met Brandon right away in college. So after that, I started watching and like knowing all the teams. Now I'm like a pro at it, but no, before I could have never imagined this life. Definitely not.
Okay, how did y'all meet? I have to have the love story.
Gosh, he loves this story. He gets like so mad when I tell it. But Brandon was, I had gone to a Pennsylvania State college and it just didn't fit me. So I went back home and I went to community college and I transferred to Coastal and I accepted it without seeing it. So I guess in the summer, I went to go visit it with my mom and I was staying in a hotel and I had a Coastal tank top on. We had like gone that day, like gotten gear. And the pool boy comes up to me and he's like, hey, like, do you go to Coastal? And I was like, oh, I'm actually going in the fall. And it was Brandon. Brandon was the pool boy at my hotel. It's so crazy. So he was the pool boy at my hotel. And I like talked to him like the whole day. And then afterwards, me and my mom were like sitting out front of the hotel and he was leaving, like his shift was ended. And you know, I am so personable. My mom is times 10, like it's almost too much. And she was like, Brandon, come over here. And I was like, please don't call him over here. Like, don't come over here. So he came over and he was like, my mom had made friends at the hotel and she was going, she's so crazy, but there in Carolina, there's a thing called the shag. It's a Carolina dance, like the older people do. So she had plans. She had made plans. She was going out with these older people. And he was like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just staying here. And he was like, well, do you want to go out to dinner? So took me out to dinner. Yeah, so crazy. And then like brought me back. And that was probably in July. So I went back home. We talked every day. I had to go back to Coastal for what is it called when like your first week of college? I forget. But when you like go see like the classes and like your books and everything. And I stayed with him there. My mom came. She was like, she's like, I like him, but like, I have to come with you. That's crazy if I let my daughter go and whatever. But we started dating in September. So I was with him ever since. So yeah, he was. But when we tell everyone that like he was a pool boy, I was like, yeah, it was Myrtle Beach. Like that was like a summer job. He had like 5 at the time, but that is how we met.
That's incredible. It was truly love at first sight.
Yes, 100%. Like, thank God for that Coastal tank top. Like,
worked for him. Oh my goodness.
I know.
And you talked every day and it just
every day. And my friends thought I was crazy. Like I went home, they were like, who was this guy you're talking to? And I was like, oh, he was like one of the guys at our hotel. Like he was so nice. And they were like, what? And I was going there. I didn't know anyone else there. Like none of my previous friends had gone. It was still when Coastal was a little bit smaller. So it wasn't as popular where I was from. So he was the only one I knew. And I was like, well, like he's telling me what dorm to get and like where not to go. So I was like, he's like helping me. I'm not gonna like not talk to him.
That's insane.
Yeah, my friends thought it was crazy.
That's amazing though.
Yeah. So
and then you were just friends. And then when did you become official?
Like September. So and it was so funny. Like I had like roommates and they were like, why aren't you dating yet? And I was like, I haven't like hung out with him. Like we've talked like in the summer, but like I have just started school. And then I was like, okay, are you going to ask me to be your girlfriend or what?
Is that what you said?
He was like, way to ruin it. Oh, it was so bad. Like he was, he had this like cute plan to ask me out. And I ended up inviting like all of our friends out to that dinner that he was like just going to take me on. So like, of course I ruined it, but.
That is so cute. Okay, so when did you get engaged?
We got engaged 2 years later. We dated for 2 years. So he was already at Coastal. He had also transferred. He played college football at Ashland, Ohio, tore his ACL, MCL, meniscus, and he transferred to Coastal. So he was ahead of me by a year. So he graduated Coastal, and then he was going to ECU. That was the only school that had a GA spot that had gotten back to him. So he was going to ECU. And I was like, should I transfer? Like, should we go together? And he was like, no. Like, he's like, we're only 4 hours away. Like, we'll be fine. And I was like, okay. So he went to ECU, did a year there, and then we got engaged. I think it was like our first spring break away from each other. So
how did you do it?
We were going on, if you're like from the East Coast or Myrtle, like there's like a cruise that goes out of Charleston and a cruise that goes out of Miami. And like everyone does that for spring break. So we were going on the one out of Charleston. So we went to Charleston the night before and we were like getting ready to go to dinner. And all of a sudden he's nowhere to be found. Like I'm curling my hair and I was like, where did he go? I was like, oh, he must have like answered a phone call. So then a girl that had worked at the hotel knocked on the door and she had a note and an outfit. And it was like, put on this outfit, like a car is going to pick you up. And I was like, what? Like, me, I'm so scheduled. I'm so unplanned. I don't like surprises. I was like, what is going on? So I like put on this outfit. I go downstairs and a car picks me up and it's like a lady and I'm in the backseat and I was like, do you know what's happening? And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to ask, but okay. So I just sat in the car and they drove me to, I don't know what pier it is, but it's like where the pineapple fountain is and like dropped me off and he was waiting at the end. And I like went down. I have no idea what he said. Like we both totally blacked out, but he proposed. And then I think we went to like some dinner afterwards, but then it was so funny because then we were on a cruise and back then there was no like Wi-Fi on cruises. So right. We both didn't have our phones. So like the night before I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm engaged guys. And all my friends are like, what? And I'm like, oh, and like, see you never, like see you in a week. But it was nice. Like he told my family and everything. So like everyone else knew, but it was great.
Wow.
Like we got to just like really, we got engaged and then like only had each other for a week. Like there was no like
Wow.
Instagram and no phone. So it was great.
And then what year did you get married?
We got married in 2017, which was so crazy of me. Like I graduated Coastal in 2017. So I graduated in May. We were getting married in June. So
Very fast.
Yeah, it was like a whirlwind, like not my planning. I had like organic 5 that again, I was sleeping in the library for while planning a wedding. And it was a lot, but it was great. I'm so glad. It's just so different. Like looking at weddings today, I was like, oh my gosh, the weddings today are so crazy. Like there's like fireworks and like we got married in a barn in North Carolina. Like it was so fun. It was all of our college friends.
That's amazing.
But it was great. We loved it.
Oh, perfect. And now you have Cal's household.
Now we have Cal, crazy Cal.
The cutest thing.
They make them cute for a reason. Truly. Like they make them cute. 3-year-olds.
And she has her kids. She has him right now. She will have the other one that will be dressed like this. So the fit. Cal's fit is unlike anything I've ever seen on a child. Just bringing it every day.
I was so crazy. Like my family would ask me like, oh, when he was born, they're like, what kind of clothes? And I was like, if Brandon wouldn't wear it, don't buy it for him. And they were like, what? Like that was my rule. I was like, if you can imagine a 30-year-old man wearing it, like I don't want him to wear it. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, I like jeans, like I like streetwear. I was like, I don't have a girl, so like I have to get it right with a boy. Like I don't want dinosaurs. I don't want trucks. Now it's like, now he wants like the trucks and the dinosaurs. And I'm like, okay, like I have to be a little bit fun. Like I can't be a sad beige mom all the time. So now he's got some character things and they're cute. Like, but I was so crazy, like with the clothes. But it's my favorite. The flat I love it.
Walks around with a lot of confidence. I love that. Love it. He just takes over the room. Okay, so are you working now?
Yes, I am. Me and my best friend. So I was out of college, a paralegal for, gosh, I guess it was like 8 years until we got to Martin, which I did. I was still a paralegal remotely, but we had gotten there during COVID. So I think like I was a paralegal, a title officer my first year. And then they let everyone remote go. But I had already been working for my best friend Grayson has a like website, social media design company that when she had her baby, who he's a year older than Cal's, it was just her. So she started this company all by herself. She's also a coach's wife. They're at Charleston Southern right now. I think they're actually also, of course, moving. They're going to Liberty. So we're both like, she has 4 kids. So like, I don't know how. She has 4 under 4. She does it. And I call her and I'm like, I will never complain to you because I don't know how you're doing with 4. But she did it all on her own. And when she was having her first son, Beckett, she was like, could you possibly cover my maternity leave? And I was like, yes, like, why not? So when we were at Southern Miss, I was a paralegal and then I was doing all of her stuff on the side, which was great. And then I continued to do that. And then when we were at Martin, I was like, when we got laid off, I was like, I don't want to have to go find another job every time we move. Like this is something I can do and it's with my best friend. So I've been doing that ever since. It's the best. We both love it. And it's kept me so close to her. So it's truly been the biggest blessing working and doing all that. And like, we both like thrive in it. And it's nice. Like I've gotten able to stay home with Cal. Like he just does Mother's Day out. So it's been great to have him.
Yeah. What a gift. Okay. So what do you think's been the toughest adversity you've been through? And what or who did you rely on to get through those moments?
Toughest adversity. I would say back then it was tough. Now I'm like, thank goodness. Our first 2 jobs were ECU and Coastal, and we were fired from both. So I think back then it was kind of like a shock. It was like, whoa, like this happens quick. But now I'm like, thank goodness that we got fired so early in our career. Cause now it's like, like just another day. Like everything will work out. Like I've met a lot of wives that haven't gotten fired until like later when they have kids, and it's just like so detrimental and like sad. And I'm like, I know this is like such a cliche, but it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, everything works out exactly how it's supposed to be. He's gonna find a job and you're gonna move, and it's gonna work out. So that I would say, like ECU, like Brandon will never forget. And it came full circle. This job, it was New Year's Eve, and I think we were all getting ready to go out, like the GAs, and we were going to like a bar, I guess. And he got it. It was like a full staff. So we also didn't know, like, okay, like when the head coach goes, like you're all probably gonna go. Yeah. And he got a call from the new head coach on New Year's Eve. So it was just like we'll never forget. Like we did not go out. We like just stayed home. And then we got the call from Campbell on New Year's Eve. And I was like, how full circle is that? Like now we have a positive New Year's Eve story. Like it's a great day in our book. But I'd say that was tough. But I'm truly so glad it happened like that, because we know it's going to be fine.
How do you process the emotions of resentment and just being frustrated, and like what do you do? Because I've gone through years of being really hurt, like taking it very personal, because it is personal. Like when you invest in a community, personally put money towards things, your time, you do you cook, you do all kinds of things, and then it's just ripped out. How do you work through that for yourself?
I'd say with Coastal, that was our biggest learning curve, because that was where we both went to college. So that one hurt. Like ECU, we were young, and it worked out for us. Like I was still at Coastal when he got fired. So he came and lived with me and my like 3-girl roommates, my sorority girls. So that one was quick. Coastal stung. Coastal took a while to get over. And I think him being so much more involved, like with Martin, and I guess like really us seeing like it's a business, and it's a lot more political. It's not about it. A lot of the times you get fired, it's not about you. Like it's not anything about your personality, who you are as a coach. A lot of it is just political. I think looking at it, and I think that's helped me a lot, like looking at this more as a business. And like you hate to do it because you're making cookies for these boys and you love it, and you love the girls and you love the wives, but kind of separating it into those two things, I think has really helped us. Because it does sting, like, and it does take a while a lot of them take a while to get over.
Yeah.
Like it took us a while. Like
I had to go to a coach's wife that I just really admired from a distance and just say, I can't get over this. Like, can you help me? How are you getting over this? When she had one that, and it's like, I had to get her to just mentor me, like walk me through this, like pray with me.
Exactly.
I don't want to walk around in this heaviness. Like I want to get set free of this. Help me get set free of this. And I had to walk this out with another coach's wife older than me to go. I mean, do you have people like that you can call on?
Oh, girl. Tanya Pecoraro is like my girl. Like anything that I think that like you know all the answers, but like of this interview, but Tanya, I mean, she's my constant. And if I ever feel anything like resentful or anything, I text her and she's like, girl, that's normal, but you'll get over it. Or that's a hard part, but like, this is how you deal with it. Just because I feel like they've been through so much. And then us going through Southern Miss together, like we really relied on each other, and we kind of made it, like, that's sad to say, but like at Southern Miss, our head coach left the second game of the season. So we knew we were getting fired. So like that was hard because we were like, okay, now we have to go through this entire season and we know we're not going to be here. So that was it was hard at first, but then we just made it kind of a joke. We were like, this is so funny. This is so crazy. We're going to look at a positive light. And we're just like, we had a note of like everything that was in our phones that we shared, everything that was crazy because it was COVID.
Yeah.
So we had COVID. They put him on the plane. Like, it was just like, it was so many things that were just dogpiled on each other that I'm sure if I was alone and I didn't have someone, it would have really put me in a bad place. But having someone who's so experienced in it like makes such a difference. So Tanya and Julie Simpson, like I call Julie every day and tell her everything. Like she is my constant too. And her advice is like so sound.
Yeah.
And she's been through it. She's been through like so much. And then she also has like the kids' point of view. Like her kids are so much older now where I'm like, okay, if this is happening with Cal, what do I do?
Yeah.
So she's truly been, those two have been such a help with me. I mean, I don't know what I would do without them. They're like truly my constant.
They both are incredible. I've known Tanya. I've relied on Tanya. She's incredible.
Yeah.
And Julie, I met her for the first time, technically, I believe, on the podcast. And since then, I'm like, you're incredible. Oh my gosh, incredible.
Like and like it's also just stuff that's like playful, like anything Bravo, I'm texting Tanya. So it's just like the friendship is both sides. It's so nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's the best. Like I truly don't know what I would do without her.
Incredible. She sends me worship songs on my toughest days.
Wow.
And always so good about checking in on Landry. And I can be a bad texter, and I hate that about myself. And I don't like when people do it to me. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I get really spread thin with Landry, and I'm like, I hope people like see that,
No, I'm the same way. And she's like, I see her on Facebook like saying happy birthday to like a GA's girlfriend from 10 years ago. And I'm like, how do you do everything? And she has a full-time busy job and 2 kids.
Yeah.
I'm just like, she's so good at keeping up. That's something I definitely need to do better at.
Yeah.
She's so good at it. I don't know how she does it. She must not sleep.
She must not sleep. Every time she's just rolling.
I know. It's crazy.
She has the best snacks, kids' snacks. My kids would come over there and just like, can I go to my brother's house? I'm like,
oh my gosh. And like the best kid house. All of the kids at Southern Miss like love to go into their house. That was before I had kids, and I was like, this is so nice. Like they went to the playroom. It was great.
So inviting. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your family's having a lot of success. What do you think that you're doing behind the scenes that's creating some of that?
Oh gosh. Like I would say obviously like we talk about it all the time. Like Martin was a really great learning place for us, like for us to develop and kind of figure out, like that's the first place we've been so long. Also, the Simpsons are so open to everything. So it's kind of where like Brandon built his like philosophy, and that's where I had Cal. So it was where I learned to manage children in football. And I tell everyone, I'm like, that is the best place to raise your kids. Like the first time you're going through it. I mean, Cal was constantly in the office. Cal was at every practice. The AD would come on the field and be like, you're here again? like we're here every day. So I think that was somewhere where we learned, okay, like Brandon does his best when Cal is present as much as possible. Like he is able to give everything to football when I am as present there with Cal. Like I think that's something we've really learned, that it becomes a distraction if he doesn't see him as much. Like it truly becomes something that weighs heavy on him. Where like Martin, it was never a problem, and it was something that it was truly all the time. Which it was the same here. Like you can ask, like we were at UTEP practice, like we had our spot that had like the one tree that we could hide in the shade for the 100-degree practices. But having that balance from me and being like, okay, like I have work and I'm having a hard day, but I've got to get Cal to the office, or we've got to at least drop off lunch. We've got to do something so that he knows we're here and he gets to see Cal. Yeah. Like that's definitely something that I think has improved.
Yeah.
And it's something I wouldn't have ever thought before, like, oh, like I think you could see the difference of like, oh, but Brandon hasn't seen Cal in 3 days,
Yeah. Oh,
it's like they've got long hours and he hasn't seen him, and you can kind of tell his personality would shift.
Very much.
Something I've definitely like, that is first priority on my list.
And that was the hardest part for me to change when my kids got older.
Yeah, when they go to school.
Had their own practices in the evening, or their school started really early. And so you're literally going several days. And so we had to become more and more creative on, because that was a missing piece for us that I didn't realize was so important, because we just took it for granted almost. I never thought about the next step. I was like, we got to practice, we're there. And all of a sudden I couldn't be there.
I can't imagine.
And I was like,
I don't know.
At the same time. And so I was like, well, I had you, but so then we had to get more creative with it.
Yeah.
But making it a priority is huge, because if you don't, everybody suffers. Even dad, he feels like he's not a part of it. There's, if you're not there every single day. And
it's hard as a mom to see, like Cal did like his first soccer here, and like I was so excited, and Brandon was like, I really want to come to his practice. And I was like, I know. I was like, but you can. And he was like, well, I'm going to ask to at least come to his first one. And he was so excited. Like things like I could probably take for granted because I'm with him all the time.
Right.
But things that's something we value when we're looking at jobs. It's like, okay, like our kids allowed in, because we've been to places that like there's not kids in the office, and it's kind of like, oh, like they're kind of loud. Are they ready to go? So that's something we really look for when we're looking at jobs. It's like, okay, like our children are our main priority, and we know some people see that as a distraction, but for us, it really improves how he works.
Yeah. And the things that's huge. That's it. When I was about to ask you, how do you make big career decisions? What do you put value in? It's definitely family for you.
Definitely family. I think family, and the dynamic of, obviously the dynamic of an office, which is hard to look for now because I feel like everyone is moving. Yeah. Like it used to be like, oh, like you'll have a job for 3 years. And now it's like, I feel like this season has really like kicked it up a notch.
Yeah.
Where people are moving like every year. So it's like, you can't really base it on the dynamic of an office anymore, but like a head coach and a head coach's wife is truly what we look at. And it's just like here we had Callie. Like Callie was a doll, like so sweet. And I mean, I've kept up with Callie since Southern Miss, but like that's someone we'll root for. Like leaving here, like Julie, obviously, like Julie is my like idol. I'm like, okay, like if I'm a head coach's wife, I'm going to do this, and that, just like Julie did, just like Simp did. So that's something we look for. Like Campbell, oh my gosh, like Brandon was just so excited. He's so nice. Like they have this many kids. And like I was on the phone with her for probably an hour and a half the other day. And I was like, Brandon, it's so crazy. I was like, I feel like I've known her. Like we were just like talking on the phone, and I was like, am I talking too much? Like, I was like
she's incredible.
She's so great. I was like, I feel like she's already my friend. I'm so excited. That's truly something we look for, is the dynamic of like a head coach and a head coach's wife, and just like family. Like which it's funny, before it was like, before kids, it was like, okay, like you want to go FCS, and then you want to do FBS, and you want a position job, and then you want a coordinator. And now it's like, okay, we want what's best for our family. And maybe that's not an FBS coordinator job. Maybe that's an FCS coordinator job, or an FCS position coach. Like it's funny when you have kids, how much your goals completely shift.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. We feel that completely. We're really FBS voluntarily and taking a D2 job.
Exactly. And it's like, hey, if that's what like makes your family the happiest, like
I'm telling you,
pack up the truck,
I mean, to have that leadership and to be able to be a part of my kids' lives during their season of this. Courtney only has 4 more summers. So they always do it in the summers. I'm like, oh, don't say it. Oh,
that's insane.
I'm like, it's gonna go fast. Could you think about your life 4 years ago?
I know. And that's why like in Martin, Cal was in full-time daycare, and I'm like, I can't, I only have so much time before he goes to kindergarten, and then they're gone all day. It like makes me so sad.
I'm telling you, when they start kindergarten, it feels like it's over. It is speedy.
No,
it does.
It's so crazy. Even like when you're with someone at a school, like we were with Akeem Davis there at UNLV now, and their kids at Southern Miss were just like, oh my gosh, my favorite. Like when you don't have kids and there's kids on a staff, it's just so fun to sit with the kids in the stands and like take them from their moms. but we played them when they were at Austin P at Martin. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're so big. I was like, they're not babies anymore. It's crazy how fast they grow.
Yes, it's wild. It is wild. Okay. How do you keep your husband encouraged? Obviously, we all apply for jobs we don't talk about.
Yeah.
We don't tell anybody about, and we all don't get them. Like, it's funny because like when I interview wives, and obviously when it stops recording, you kind of get a little more of the story that we all know is there, that we all can't share. We do our best to be as open as possible, but we can't say we all know this. But when it stops recording, I become like the person where you're like, okay, so we applied for that job.
Oh, I'd be like, give me the
I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know y'all read on that. Well, yeah, I was close. We were down to 2. You know, like, oh, well, good for you. But then, but then coming back from all these like interviews and things,
yeah,
the wives are like, he was crushed. Oh, like, I looked at a realtor, I picked out a house, we'd mentally moved there, and like, you know, so we all have gone through this. You don't have to name spots.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you keep them encouraged going, it's not you? I mean, that this is not, I mean, like, how do you walk him through that? How do you walk Brandon through that?
We're both kind of the worst. Like, honestly, we're both, I think we've just developed, I already have like a really thick skin, but we're both coming from the bottom. We're like, okay, like you've got an interview, but like, we don't get our hopes up, which I think a lot of people like see as like, that's so sad, Becca. Like, why do you think like that? But I just think, and it's again, the same thing as like it being really political. I'm like, okay, well, like they have the same agent or they were together at this school 5 years ago. You know, I think we look at it both like from that direction, or it's really just, okay, like that wasn't the one for us. Maybe this would have happened, or maybe they would have been fired the next year. We kind of think of it like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're both just like, okay, like hit the road, try the next one, you know, like, so it's hard because he's very driven. Mm-hmm. So he comes at it like, what did I do wrong? Like he hates in interviews when he asks, he's like, what could I have done better? And I'm like, nothing. Like
I hate that.
Hates that.
Let's just pause right now. If you're listening to this and your husband's a head coach, which now I can say, I gotta be careful. Now I'm in this spot. If somebody says, what can I do better? Why don't we just tell people?
Yeah, Brandon wants you to correct his whole thing. Like he wants red noted paper. Like he's like, come on,
you know, what did I not lead with? What did I not tell you?
That is his pet peeve. He's like, I can take it. Like, tell me why did you pick that guy over me? So that's his thing. And I'm like, you can't, like, I just tell him, like, you can't think like that. You have to just like brush it off and on to the next one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm the worst. Like you would think I'm like very empathetic, but I'm not. I'm like, it's fine. Like to the next one. So maybe like my negative Nancy has rubbed off on him a little bit, but also I don't tell him. I'm like on Zillow. I'm like, oh, you have an interview? Okay. Like, let me just like look at, but I'm not telling him that stuff. Like, cause he would die. I used to, when we were obviously young, I would be like sending him houses and he'd be like, stop sending me houses. Like, don't do that. So now I just don't tell him I'm doing it.
Right.
Like one of my friends is so crazy, but she does this. She's like, don't tell me what the interview is for, what school it is. And I'm like, what?
Oh, no, I can't do that.
I'm like, I need everything.
Everything.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm looking at everything. I'm like, oh, do we have friends that know him from here? Like,
I know.
I'm like, I could never have that control. Like,
oh no, not at all.
I'm also the worst. Like, I'm like, I think this year I've gotten better at it, but I used to be on the scoop like all the time. Like,
oh yeah,
looking at all the job openings and everything that's going on. Like, I don't think I looked at it as much this year because I feel like now I've learned. I'm like, okay, like by the time they post that job, like it's already interviewed and gone probably.
It probably is.
But like when we were GAs, like all of us were like sending each other.
There is a company that I work for does Coaches Wire. Not a shameless plug here, but Coaches Wire is like broken down by division, and then it just says who was hired, so you can kind of keep up with.
Oh, I like that.
Where people are without getting like your, like, you know, I like.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so that one's like
something new for me to listen to.
Read that one in stress. I read that one in like, oh yeah, And it's real fast too. So I mean, somebody could go get a job based on that.
And now I have a child. Like I don't have time to like go through all that. But that one sounds organized and nice. I love that.
And it's very organized. Shameless plug on that. Okay, so how do you maintain balance in a life that never slows down? And I'm going to brag on you here. So I didn't know you at all when we moved here. Tanya said, you're going to love Becca. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited to meet her. And, you know, I'm coming here with 90,000 things going on like all of us do. And we all know I have Landry, my special needs child, and it's very complex. And you rolled up your sleeves and you preciously pushed yourself in my life because I don't know if I was just overwhelmed or what, but you're persistent and you're persistent to serve. And I am just totally blown away by that. And it's been the most precious thing in 23 or so years of coaching that you are just so intentional and you would drop things by or be willing to go take Stallings to his game when you're pregnant and, you know, pick up Courtney on a whim when she needed to be picked up from school because Landry's in the hospital or what, I mean, unbelievable, relentless serving.
Stop it.
Where did this come from?
I don't know. I think it's just crazy that people aren't like that. Like I don't really know where it came from, but like obviously I asked Tanya about you and Tanya was like, she's a hard rock to crack. Like you're gonna have to push yourself on her. And I was like, I'm the pushiest girl. That's great. I think when I see you and you have your 3 kids and I know your husband's hours, like I know where he is and I know what help you need, that I know you're not asking for it because I know you're not an asker and you would never ask. I am kind of the same way. Like if I needed help, I wouldn't ask. So I think being that for you that's something that brings me joy in my life. I'm like, oh, like I can be your helper. I'll do this, this, and that. And like, what's picking up Courtney for 5 minutes? For me, nothing. When for you, it's something that helps your day. So I don't know. I think I've always been like that. I'm kind of like a dog, I guess. Like I thrive on, I'm a very much live to work person. I love working. I love helping. That's just who I am as a person. So, I mean, I don't know, who would not?
A lot of people.
And it's just like, all I have is Cal. Like, but I want to help as many people as I can before I can, you know, before I have like even 2 kids running around, like I would still take Stallings to his games.
I cannot tell you, like I could not have made it.
You're crazy.
15 hours from home and 2 kids playing sports and Landry as complex as she was, like she only died twice here. And just, you've been a rock. You've been the hands and feet of Jesus to me. And I'll always be grateful. So everyone be Becca.
I love you.
And I hope someone in your life in North Carolina, when you have that new baby and Cal needs a ride somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Shut up.
Bless your souls. Your kids are also like, I tell everyone all the time, I'm like, gosh, I hope my kids end up like Kristen's kids. Like, it's so crazy. Stallings comes over and he is like so calm and tells me where he needs to go. And Courtney is like a saint. And I do the same with Julie. Like Julie's kids are like that. I'm like, how did you make your kids so kind and so nice? I'm just like, because I don't know where this one's going. She's like, he's 3. Like, there's no hope for him to be like that right now. But I'm like, okay, that makes me feel better.
The sibling will help though, because he'll learn how to help serve.
Yeah.
That helps.
I mean, you just have the best kids. It's not hard when your kids are so good.
Well, thank you. I don't think that I can really take credit for that. I think Landry changed us, honestly.
Yeah.
We have to wake up and go, okay, get up, get yourself ready so you can now go serve others.
Yes.
So I have to say that little phrase every day.
Mm-hmm.
Get up, get yourself. I think it's like they have to have their quiet time, like the Bible and prayer. But get yourself ready for school. Hurry up, get yourself done so you can serve others. And I think if you can start building that service mindset, but Cal will do that as well because that's who you are, and they watch what you do.
True. And like I have a sister that's mentally handicapped. So I feel like when I was growing up, I saw the help my mom needed, and she had my grandparents and she had my aunts and everyone there. So I see you having the same like child and you're on your own. So I mean, actually, I don't know how you do it. Like, so that's something that I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna bother her as much as I can. Like,
it is amazing, and I think that I do it only because I have people that step up and they never take credit and they don't get tagged on social and they just do it.
And that's how
it's incredible. It's incredible. Okay, what's a day in the life for you besides coming over and dropping me coffee and homemade cinnamon rolls?
Oh,
the best. Is that what you're going to send us? What are you going to send us for your newsletter?
Oh, I probably should do the cinnamon rolls.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like dying with my stuff packed. Like I haven't had bread in so long.
I'll have to wait on your recipe when you get all settled. But what's a day in the life for you?
A day in the life, I've somewhat gotten back to, of course, I got back to my regular schedule and then Brandon left, but I enjoy very much waking up early and I like to do a solo walk with the dog. We have 2 dogs, but of course, one is my college dog we still have, and she's blind. So she doesn't come with us anymore, but we have a 7-year-old Rottweiler. So I usually wake up early, take her for a walk, bring her home. And that has just started back like after this season, because Brandon had a lot of early mornings where I was like, ooh, I can't get up earlier than you and walk the dog with Cal at home. So that during Christmas break was so nice to get back to. I was like, okay, like this is something I need in my mental that I definitely need to put back. So we do our little walk. I come home. I try to get ready. Cal wakes up. He's people who have kids that sleep till like 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm like, how did you teach them that?
How did you do that? I don't care what time I put my kids to bed. And I can try to do it for 2 to 3 weeks. Everybody's getting up in this house. 6:30, 7.
I know. Like when it's 6:30, I'm just like, Lord. And we had friends that had babies at the same time and they were sleeping till 8. I'm like, what do you do to them? I'm like, if you
wake up in the morning, and that's my husband, and then he had all the kids are like that.
Exactly. No, and it's probably my fault because I'm getting up at 5 like a crazy person. So Cal wakes up, I get him, we like have our breakfast together. Most of the time Brandon will have his coffee with us. We'll like go wave bye to daddy out the door. And then what I've learned with him is like, you'll have a better day if you get out in the morning. Grayson, the one that's going to Liberty, like has taught me that. She was like, get out of the house, like throw him in the car, take him to the park. So we try to go somewhere. We've made a really good community here, a bunch of Army wives that we have a playground group. So whenever someone goes to a park, they're like, hey, I'm going here. And it's like every day. So we always go meet someone at the park. We come home. He's also in this stage right now where he's losing his nap, which is like, oof. I know I don't want to let it go. And everyone's like, he's still taking his nap. And I'm like, yes, I can't let it go. It's when I work. So like he takes a nap, like 1, I'll work, like do my schedules and everything with like all of our clients and all of that. He'll wake up. And I mean, like he is go, go, go. Like right now it's baseball. We are outside with a baseball and a glove every day. It is 30 degrees out in the morning here. And we are bundled before he does Mother's Day out Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it'll be 6:30 and we are outside with beanies hitting the back. Oh, I know. I'm like, whatever.
You're an incredible mom. I don't do that.
But your kids like entertain themselves.
I don't know.
Like we're in full. I will say, like when Brandon was home for Christmas, like there was no self-play at our house. Like Cal's very good with me where I'm like, okay, like mommy's gonna like take her break and you're gonna play with your Paw Patrol toys. And he goes and he does it. When Brandon is home, like no chance. Like that man, Christmas break, kept looking at me and he was like, I am exhausted.
I know. It's so exhausting.
I was like, it's exhausting, but also like, I was like, I have it a little bit easier than you. Like he'll go play in a corner with his magnetiles and like leave me be. But like Brandon is his bread and butter. Like he does not get like. So it's right now, it's truly, we are on the go. We've been really lucky here. We have like an adorable neighbor that always comes over. He's like our adopted grandpa. So we'll like talk in the driveway. We really try to be outside as much as
Yeah.
possible. So luckily, and honestly, the dog that we have, like I will say until Cal, she was a handful. And now I am like, oh my gosh, it's like having a sibling. Like I will open the back door and they will entertain each other. Like they'll play fetch or he's really bad. Like he's been wrestling her. And I'm like, okay, like she is 7. Like we really shouldn't be wrestling the dog. But like she's really coming handy.
Yeah.
But it's really anything during the day to entertain him. You know me, like we're big zoo people. I think we've been to this El Paso Zoo like way too many times. But like that's it. And then he'll go to bed. I'm like at like 7:30. And if I have more work, like I'll work at night. But it's really the Cal show right now, like my life and our days revolve around Cal. And I love it. It's been really fun.
Yes, you're an amazing mom. Okay, so from the football aspect, recruiting is a big deal of what we do and building relationships with players and moms and all that. Do you enjoy that side of it because you're so relational?
Love, like sit me down with a recruit's mom all day. I mean, I think it's also because I am not a stay-at-home mom, like I'm a work-at-home mom, but like that's when I get to talk to another adult. So I love those dinners. I love looking forward to those and getting to talk to a mom and being able to tell them like, hey, he's not going to get lost in the shuffle, I think is also something that I really value, you know? So I love, and I'll be honest with them. They're like, hey, like we live all the way over here. Like this is kind of far for us. Like I'm never going to lie to someone's mom. So I'm like, it is going to be tough. Like let's look and see if there's direct flights or let's do this. Like I'm down to help them figure it out. That's something I love. Like I really do love. And like the dads are also hysterical. Like the dads are always so funny. Like, but yeah, I love talking to recruits.
I love it. I love it. Okay. How do you reach out to players? Do you bake for them?
Oh yeah. So again, like pre-Cal, I was so crazy. I mean, UT Martin, I was making sugar cookies with their name and jersey number on them. Wow. That has gone out the window. I might bring it back because like just having Cal was, I mean, was so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get like their cookies every Thursday here. I will tell you, the boys here were a lot less picky. Like Martin, I think also because Martin was FCS and I just felt like I needed to give them everything they didn't get. Mm-hmm. So Martin, it was like we were doing Thursday dinners. Like when we went there in the spring, we played a COVID year and they weren't getting pregame meal.
That's right.
So they loved chicken Alfredo. That was their favorite. And I was like, okay. So I was bringing my huge crock pots to the office. We were doing chicken Alfredo. When they won a game, like they were like, please make your banana pudding. So I was making banana pudding. Like, I think I need to get back to that. I think I made so much more there than here, but I think truly Cal just like kind of ran me into the road.
Yeah, the kids will do that to you.
Yeah, where now I'm like, okay, it's fun to bake with him. And like, he's like listening to directions. Like now I think we can be a little bit more back to that. But here, even like, it was his favorite thing, like putting the cookies in the bag and like tying the bow. And that was when we had those Thursday dinners and he got to give out the cookies, that was his favorite thing. Like he knows them all by name. And then I would make extra. I'd be like, okay, like now whoever isn't a linebacker who like you love, like go find the cookies. And our kid is a specialist kid through and through. Like he loves the specialists. Like they are his favorite people. He thinks they are celebrities. Like when they come in from practice, from kicking at the other field, he is running to them. So I think honestly, because we go to so many practices and they're on the side of the field.
That's what it is.
So he's exposed to them the most. And like Brandon thinks it's so funny. I mean, I'm like, I would love for him to be a kicker. Like sign me up.
Yeah.
But those are his favorite people. Like he thought Cotton here was like God's gift to earth. Like one time we went somewhere, I don't know, we met somewhere for dinner and Cotton walked up and he was like, Cotton's here? Yeah. And he was like, what? Like thought it was so crazy. So like
that's
he loves linebackers, but like he loves the specialists. So give them like their cookies and everything every week. Like, so that was so fun. I mean, like seeing it through him.
Oh yeah.
It's so much more fun. So that's been really enjoyable.
I love it. Okay, last question for you. What would you say is the most rewarding aspect to you about being a coach's wife?
Oh man. Um, Most rewarding. That's a hard one. I would say obviously the kids getting recognized, like Micah this year for getting recognized like through like we had such a hard season, but him getting recognized for everything, like I think that's where it's really rewarding. And also I think honestly the relationships that we've built, like I feel like I know a lot of people that leave a school and they don't talk to anyone when they leave. Like they haven't built like any relationships. And I think that for us is something like I really do focus on is like, okay, like what are we building while we're here? Like who are we adding to like our list of mentors and who we want to look up to? So I think that's definitely something that's rewarding. I mean, all of it, like even us like having a hard season, like it's just rewarding seeing everyone every week and seeing everyone at Thursday dinners and knowing it's like, oh yeah, are we having like a rough year? Yes, but like there are pros that come from it. And I think that's something we've learned, like, okay, like it might be rough, but we're gonna pick out the pros and we're gonna make them the biggest thing that comes out of it.
Agreed. Okay, rapid fire. Are you ready?
No, I'm scared.
Okay. Who's the most famous person in your phone?
Oh my God. No one. Like you?
No.
You're so not fun. Like I have no one famous in my phone. Like Julie, like you know what I mean? Like you, Julie.
You got some serious downloads on this podcast. So I will say Julie.
Okay, I'm gonna say Julie then.
I was like, what is happening to the retweets on this Instagram? Thank you, Julie. Okay, what's one item on your bucket list you have checked off and one left to check off?
Oh, okay, checked off. We went to the Albuquerque. Oh my gosh, why did I just say it like the Albuquerque Balloon Festival here? Not here, but it was 4 hours away. That was crazy. Like that was so cool. Loved it. I've never seen a hot air balloon. Brandon thought that was crazy of me. He was like, "You live in Pennsylvania?" I was like, "I've never seen one." So me and Cal went there with another coach's wife, and it was awesome. One to cross off. I really have this like obsession of bringing my kids to Europe. Like me and Brandon had been over to Europe, and we absolutely loved it. I didn't want to leave. It got to a point where I was sending him like European football jobs and he was like, not gonna happen. He was like, yeah, we're not doing that. So I definitely want to get Cal, and probably the baby would be easy when they're small, like to over there. Cause I feel like he's at a good age right now.
Yeah.
But that's definitely
Particular country?
I love Italy. Like, and before we picked Italy, I was really insistent on Ireland because I'm Irish and Brandon's Italian and we kind of make it like a rivalry. And obviously Italy won. And after being there, I was like, okay, like, I'm really glad we went to Italy. Like, this is like, it was really nice. And it was really fun. It was like so walkable. So we loved it. So I'm like dying to go back.
Well, I want to go. So we should go. Okay. Last 3 people you have texted.
Oh, last 3 people I've texted. Let's see. I would assume Brandon, but you never know. It's so hard because now look, there's like my favorites. Okay, Brandon, Brittany Partridge, who is at North Alabama now. And you think it's hard for me moving pregnant. She is due in like 3 weeks and just moved from like Ohio to Alabama. So again, I'm not complaining. And Grayson. So Grayson and Brittany, Brandon.
Okay. Funniest account you follow on Instagram. What do you like? What reels do you like to follow?
Oh, I'm like so obsessed with reels. I follow all of like there's one that's really funny that's just I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a mom Instagram, but it's like, oh, when your kids do this, this, and that. And it's like making fun of moms, but it's funny. I don't know. I don't even know what it's called. I follow so many random ones now. I feel like it's all I follow.
I know. It's hysterical. Okay. What about your life impresses your kids the most? Or your child the most?
My child. He is most impressed. He's not impressed with me at all. When we drive in the car, this is his newest thing. We have to win if we are in a 2-lane road and there is a car next to us. He's like, "Go, Mom." So I'm like speeding past cars. And he's like, we're winning. But then if we're behind a car, he's like, get around them. Like and he only does it with me when Brandon drives. And I think it's because I've taught him. He's like, Daddy, brace yourself. Be careful. Slow down. So when I'm driving, it's like he's screaming at me because I'm so slow. When Brandon's driving, he's like, whoa, this is a little faster than he drives. Like, Brandon was like, where did he learn to say brace yourself? I was like, I have
Young for that.
I turn fast, we'll joke. And I'm like, brace yourself, Cal.
I love it. Okay, best stadium you've been to outside of your own stadium.
Ooh, okay. Like what was our favorite? We played at Georgia at Martin, and it was a night game. And again, like I owe my life to our Martin AD. His name is Kurt, but I had Cal and he was like 5 months old. And I had compared it to Alabama because when we went to Alabama, it was very open. Georgia was tight. Like, and I had Cal in the carrier and he knew, and he texted me, he's like, get up here, like get up to my box. Like, please bring that child up here. But that was sick. Like I will say, like Georgia was really, really cool.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be your walk-up song?
It's so funny because like now I feel like all of my answers are Cal's answers. Me and Cal's walk-up song together is A-OK by Ty. I don't know if I'm pronounced Verdes. It's the Phillies second baseman's walk-up song.
Okay.
And when we watch the games, like the whole stadium sings it. It's super cool. But like that's Cal. That's what he asked for. He has his own playlist. And it's that and the Shrek song. The Shrek song is his other walk-up song that we switched between.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Becca Butcher. You've been amazing.
Thank you for having me.
This podcast is brought to you by Ruler of Hope. Ruler of Hope is a nonprofit that supports medically fragile children. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation, you can use Venmo at Ruler-Hope or online at rulerofhope.org.
For a replay of this episode or previous episodes, visit coacheswifelife.org and follow us on social media at Coaches Wife Life.